Hi, welcome to this session on CAT 2020 LRDI solutions. This is a 6 question set from CAT 2020 slot 1. It's a question which is on the basis of assignment, distribution, and so on. It's not a difficult set. It's perhaps the easier of the two 6 question sets, but you need to be a little careful. It's pretty easy to mess this up or get confused in this set in between. I would suggest pause this video, try this set on your own. The PDF with the question and the answer key is available in the description of this video. Once you have tried this, then proceed with the rest of this session. Before I start, in case you have not done it already, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please do hit the like button in case you like this particular video. Please do comment and let us know how you liked these solutions and the ones which follow. Also share this with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. You can also follow us on various other social media channels like LinkedIn, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. All the relevant links are available in the description of these videos. In case you're preparing for the CAT 2021 examination, do have a look at our Ultimate LRDI course. This is the most comprehensive course for CAT LRDI available in the market. We have more than 500 LRDI sets with detailed and well-explained video solutions. We also provide you with one-on-one mentoring. You get a chance to review your CAT preparation throughout your CAT journey, and in case you get stuck, you get a chance to speak with me individually and get your doubts resolved. We have prompt doubt clearing, discussion forums, WhatsApp and Telegram groups. Everything is available all in one roof. Do have a look at that course. The link is available in the description of this video. Let's get started. This set says 4 institutes A, B, C, and D. So these are 4 institutes had contracts with 4 vendors W, X, Y, Z during a 10 calendar years from 2010 to 2019. Okay. The contracts were either multi-year contracts running for several consecutive years or a single year contract. No institute had more than one contract with the same vendor. Right. So Institute A can have multiple contracts, right? But it cannot have 2 contracts with vendor W or 2 contracts with X or 2 contracts with Y or 2 contracts with Z. Similarly with B, similarly with C, similarly with D, right? However, in a calendar year, an institute may have had contracts with multiple vendors, as we discussed, and a vendor may have had contracts with multiple institutes. So just like with the institutes, the vendors can also have multiple contracts. But again, the key point is if you are contracted once and the contract gets over, you cannot get the same you cannot get a contract with the same institute again during this period. Right. And the contract will either be consecutive year contract. So if it is a 5-year contract, for instance, it will be treated as one single contract. It will not be treated as 5 1-year contracts or 1 2-year contract followed by a 3-year contract. So it will not be like this. Okay. It is known that over the decade, the institutes got into 2 contracts with 2 of these vendors, right? And each vendor got into 2 contracts with 2 of these institutes. So across these 10 years, A will get into contracts with 2 of these vendors. B will get into contracts with 2 of these vendors. C will get contracts into 2 of these vendors. D will also get into contracts into 2 of these vendors. Similarly, if you look at from the vendor side, W would have gotten contracts from 2 of the institutes. X would have gotten a contract with 2 of the institutes, and so on. Right? And then we have some information about who got a contract in which year. Right? And if you look at the question, we have to figure out which year, who had a contract, who did not have a contract, how many contracts were there, etc. Right. So I will have to basically fill up this table. Right. So every time I have a contract, I will basically mention the institute with which the vendor had a contract. And if there was no contract for that vendor, I will put a hyphen or to specify that there was no contract there. I'm not putting an X, not to get confused with the vendor X. Okay, so let's try this. Vendor Z had at least one contract in every year. Okay, Z had contracts across this 10-year period. Okay, come to this later. A had one or more contracts in every year up to 2015, but no contract after that. So X will have contracts till 2015, but no contract in 16, 17, 18 or 19. Okay, so this is taken care of. Okay, Z has contracts throughout, so none of them is hyphen. Everything has to be filled up with the institute. Third statement says vendor Y had contracts in 2010 and 19. Y had contracts in 2010 and 19. Now we don't know how many years in between. He did not, right? Vendor W had contracts only in 2012. So only in 2012, vendor W will have contracts, and it will have two contracts, right? Because every vendor has two contracts, right? But all the other years are blanks. Okay, there were 5 contracts in 2012. There were 5 contracts in 2012. There are exactly 4 multi-year contracts. Okay, Institute B had a 7-year contract. D had a 4-year contract. A and C had a 3-year contract each. One of the contracts will be a 3-year contract. Now, the other 4 contracts are single-year contracts. What are the other 4 contracts? Each institute gets into 2 contracts, right, with 2 vendors, right? So for B, one of the contracts is a 7-year contract. So the other one will be a 1-year contract. Similarly, for D, one of the contracts is a 4-year contract. Other will be a 1-year contract. A, it will be 3 plus 1, and C, it will be 3 plus 1. Right? Institutes B and Institute C had one or more contracts in 2012, but did not have any contract in 2011. We'll come to this later. And Institute B and D each had exactly 1 contract in 2012. Institute D did not have any contract in 2010. Okay, so let's summarize the information that we have here. Now we know from the discussion till now that every vendor gets 2 contracts, right? But W is getting a contract only in 2012, which means the 2 contracts that W gets, both of them should be 1-year contracts. Both of them should be 1-year contracts, right? Now, if you look at it, we also know that Z has to get a contract every single year. Z has to get a contract in every single year. But you can enter into only 2 contracts, right? Now, 4 plus 3 is not going to give you 10 years. 3 plus 3 is not going to give you 10 years, right? So the only way W can enter in, Z can get a contract across these 10 years is if it takes a 7-year contract and couples it with either a 3-year contract or with a 4-year contract. In case of a 4-year contract, there will be an overlap. Right. So the 7-year contract goes to Z. Right. So this part is taken care of. Right. Now it will be 7 plus 3 or 7 plus 4. Also, if you look at X is also getting continuous contracts. Right. Now 7 plus 7 is gone. Right. So to get 6 years of contracts, you would have to take either 2 3s or a 3 and a 4. With 1 year of overlap, right? With 1 year of overlap. So X will be either 3 plus 3 or 3 plus 4, right? So between Z and X, they would take up all these multi-year contracts, right? X will take 2 of the 3 or 4s. Z will take 7 and 1 out of the remaining 3, right? Which means Y is left with 2 1-year contracts. Now 2 1-year contracts are already gone to W, which means Y also gets 2 1-year contracts. And where does Y gets a contract? Y gets a contract in 2010 and 2019. So all the others for Y will be blanks. All the others for Y will be blanks. Now let's try to fit in the contracts. Okay, now let's start with 2012. 2012, you have to have 5 contracts, right? Out of which 2 will come to W, right? Now, Y does not get any contracts. So you can have 2 for X, 1 for Z, or 2 for Z and 1 for X. Now, if Z gets 2 contracts, right, the 7-year contract will be an overlap with a 3 or a 4-year contract, right? So if I take a, say, suppose you have a 3-year contract here, 3-year contract here, 3-year contract here, right? You start with a 3-year contract, right? And if you start with 7-year contract, 2012 to the 7-year contract will get over in 2018, right? What happens in 2019? You'll have to take up a new contract, right? But in that case, you will have to have entered into 3 contracts across the period, which is not going to be possible. Let's try the other way around. You start with a 7-year contract, right? If you start with a 7-year contract, right, and you take up a 3 or a 4-year contract here to get the overlap, right, you're going to get into a problem again. Why will you get into a problem again? Because the 7-year contract will get over in 2016. The 3 or 4-year old contract will also get over here only. What happens to the remaining period? You're not going to have, you will have to enter into a third contract. Given this scenario, we know that Z will enter into only a 1-year contract, will have only one contract running in 2012, which means X will have 2 contracts running in 2012. Now, this is a very nice breakthrough and it will help you solve the set. Now, given that X has 2 contracts in 2012, it has to be an overlap. So it has to be a 4 plus 3, right? So the 3 ends here and the 4th also starts in the same year. That is the only way to get an overlap, because if you take 2 3s, one of the first 3 will get over here and the second 3 will get, there will be no overlap in this case. But I need an overlap. That is possible only with a 3 and a 4. It cannot be a 4 followed by a 3, because then the overlap will be in 2013, not in 2012. Because I need overlap in 2012, it has to be a 3-year contract followed by a 4-year contract, with the 3-year contract getting over in 2012 and the 4-year contract starting in 2012 and getting over in 2015. Now I know the 4-year contract is by D. So D's 4-year contract goes to X. D's 4-year contract goes to X. So we have fitted one of the long-term contracts. Then you have 2 3-year contracts. It can be either with A or C. Now it has to be with X. One out of A or C will come here, right? This will be A or C, A or C, A or C. Now all 3 have to be the same person. If it is A, it will be A throughout. If it is C, it will be C throughout. 6th statement says that C had 1 or more contracts in 2012 but did not have any contracts in 2011. So these 3 cannot be C. These 3 cannot be C. These 3 have to be A. These 3 have to be A. So we have also figured out where is A's 3-year contract. So A's 3-year contract is with X from 2010 to 2012. Where will C's 3-year contract come now? C's 3-year contract will come with Z. So you can start with a 3-year contract, then follow with a 7-year contract, or you start with a 7-year contract and then finish with a 3-year contract. If you start with a 3-year contract, the first 3 years will be C. Again, it will contradict this condition that C did not have any contract in 2011. So you cannot start with a 3-year contract. You will have to end with a 3-year contract. So these 7 years will be with B. Right. So I have filled up Z completely. I have filled up X completely. Right. B's 3-year contract is 7-year contract is done. C's 3-year contract is also done. A's 3-year contract is also done. Now we are left with only 1-year contracts. What is left? Y's 2010 and 2 of W in 2012. Let's see. Who is left? B is left, C is left, A is left. All of them have 1-year contracts each. It also says, the 7th statement says, B and D had exactly 1 contract in 2012. Now D we have fitted in this way. B also has only one contract in 2012, which is already contracted with Z. So B cannot contract with W in 2012. So the only place that B can come now is with Y in 2010, which means the two contracts that W had in 2012 was with A and C. A and C. I have fitted the entire diagram. I can answer all the questions pretty easily. Let's tick off these questions. So first one says, which of the following years were there two or more contracts? Okay. 2017, there was only one contract. 2016, there was only one contract. 2015, there are two contracts. Option 3. Okay. Second one, which of the following is true? B had a contract with Z in 2017. B had a contract with Z in 2017. No. B's contract with Z ends in 2016. So this is out. B had a contract with Y in 2019. B's contract with Y is in 2010. So this is also false. D had a contract with X in 2011. 2011, D did not have any contract. So this is also out. So option 4 will be a correct choice. D had a contract with Y in 2019. Okay. Question number 3. In how many years during the period was there only one contract? How many of the year there were only one contract? 2010, no. 2011, no. 12, no. 13, 14, 15 and 19, no. So only in 2016, 17 and 18. 3 out of these years, option 1 will be your correct choice. Question number 4. What best can be concluded about the number of contracts in 2010? In 2010, there are exactly 3 contracts. Option 2. Question number 5. Which institutes had multiple contracts during the same year? Okay. Multiple contracts during the same year. B had multiple contracts in the same year. A had multiple contracts in the same year. A and B, option 3 will be your correct choice. And the last one, which institutes and vendors had more than one contract in any of the years? Now, institutes were A and B, so it should be option 2. You don't even have to check for the vendors, but you can verify. It will be W and X. W had multiple contracts in 2012. X had multiple contracts in 2012. But just by looking at the institutes, we can solve this. So pretty nice set. I mean, you cannot solve this very easily, right? It's not a difficult set, but you need to be very careful. There are 2 or 3 places where you can mess up very, very quickly. First one is you need to figure out what are the lengths of the contracts, right? How the contracts are distributed. Right. The second place where you need to be patient is how the 7-year contract is getting attached, and then how C is getting assigned. Okay. So it's not a difficult set, but you need to be very, very careful when you're assigning it. It's pretty easy to mess it up. Right. In an exam situation, it will take you about 10 to 12 minutes to solve this. That finishes this session on CAT 2020 LRDI solution. Do let us know how you found these particular set of solutions. In case you want to look at more such solutions, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on various social media groups. The links are available in the description of this video. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and all the best.